We are currently in Uppsala, which is a city approximately 1 hour north of Stockholm, and we are here to play a weekly tournament. We run these once a week, every Monday, and this particular time we have 18 attendants, which is more or less the average. We have players of varying skill levels, and everyone's improving. We have others who may have not improved so quickly, but they still keep at it, and they still see improvement. All right, let's get this tournament going then. We'll be doing best of 3 for the first 2 rounds in both winners and losers, and we'll be doing best of 5 from round 3 and onwards. It would be fair to say that there's usually one player who wins these tournaments, just as a matter-of-fact statement.
Coming into it, I kind of knew who was going to win tonight.
Yeah, I probably think I know who's going to win this tournament, yeah.
I know who's going to win tonight.
Training for Smash, I guess, differs significantly depending on player and even depending on character.
When you're from a more, remote region, not that Stockholm's remote, but of course in the world of Smash it's not as stacked as SoCal, you have to be more rigorous with how you train for sure.
A lot of people think that, of course, Leffen has good competition. He's able to play against Armada, but Armada's so far away in Gothenburg, and Leffen is, all the way on the other side of the country. So they actually don't play as often as people think, and in fact, he ends up training against guys like Beat in his hometown, who is far below his level.
In Leffen's situation, the best player he has access to is Beat, who I'm sure nobody in the US knows who this is.
I don't think he minds practicing with us, and that sounds really negative, but it's he gets something out of practicing with us, absolutely.
Facing Leffen is like hitting a brick wall. He's so much better than you, so it's very hard to do anything against him. But it's really impressive to fight against him because he's so good at the game.
Yes. I just got my ass kicked by Leffen.
I just played Leffen and I got destroyed.
Even though the weeklies are easy, I don't lose many sets, it's still really great to just, get to play Melee. I try not to take them for granted because I know what it's like when you're not allowed to compete.
Back in 2013, with his local scene, there were a couple of incidents with players that felt uncomfortable after their interactions with him.
One of my friends and former roommates, he has hearing aids, for example. Apparently on one of their first interactions, Leffen made fun of him for that.
Why are you gonna make fun of people for that? That's crossing a line, that's not cool.
It would definitely make me look at him different. And, I didn't want to cast judgmental eyes, but it's hard to believe, that a kid at that age would say and do certain things to certain people like that. So it was a shock to me.
A lot of my friends had stories about him treating them very badly. So then me and multiple other members of the Smash community on Facebook, we discussed the matter, and it all resulted in a Smashboard thread.
They literally compiled evidence against him to show the world that he might be a good player, but this guy's a complete dick.
We made 8 or 9 points, and then also the evidence.zip. It was a lot of Smashboard's posts.
This big chronicle of their negative experiences with him.
And to this day, I still don't remember who named it evidence.zip.
When I read it, it sounds like he was the worst person in the world. But obviously it was a bit biased and not all things are true.
They voted that, Leffen, we think that you're a talented player, but it's also about the human being behind it. And because of that, we're not sure if we want you coming to our local events.
They banned him for a whole year from playing. This guy who was up and coming, they said, no, we don't like you anymore. Do not come to our events. You're not welcome here.
When I first heard that I was banned, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. You know, the support list, there's like a lot of people that I knew. Even, you know, Beat was on there. There was like a lot of friends that I thought I had at least, you know, were on that list, you know, in support of this ban. And I read it and it was like, this is really, really, really unfair. And it just like blows my mind how wrong I think it personally is.
My opinion on Leffen's ban from the start, which I still stand by, was always that some kind of measure was justifiable to put the foot down and make him understand that some people were serious about wanting him to improve his behavior. There were absolutely certain times where he crossed the line.
Was I like a really spoiled brat? Like, did I trash talk too much? Absolutely. You know, I did a couple really shitty things. I'm definitely embarrassed of some of it. I don't blame anybody for thinking I was like a huge villain. If I could turn back time and not get banned, I would probably still get banned because it was such a like huge humbling experience. When you get banned from a community like that and like everybody hates you, like I went to a Twitch room and it's like, oh, this is Leffen, the guy that's like a manipulative like freak that like destroyed his whole community, like hates on handicapped people. Like, you know, if you get through that, I think it's a really good experience to have. I relearned how I wanted to be as a person. During my ban, I didn't really play Smash that much. I was looking for other ways to compete and stuff like that, other things to do. So I started playing Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and that's how I met Bublin.
I still don't really know why he got banned. Like, I get the point is that he was like a cocky brat, which he still is.
He had played a lot of fighting games for a lot of years, so he knew a lot about, you know, like how you're supposed to learn a game.
To me, he was like a really young kid at the time. But yeah, he was very good. He was very fun to play with, like fun to trash talk with.
When I did get banned, it gave me the time to look at other things. You know, that's how I ended up meeting Jenny, how I like moved out to my first apartment, and like a lot of stuff changed in that because like I was forced to take a time out, you know, I was forced to take a break.
When he did come back, I guess he did actually mature a little bit. He was far less outspoken, I guess, about the things he was saying. Apparently he still did some of those things in person, but online, like his public persona definitely changed for the better.
You know, I put this pressure on myself to like never lose a game at weeklies, even though I sometimes do, and I know like some people have the potential to beat me, because if I don't, then you know, like I can't get any serious practice. I have to put this pressure on myself to like, you know, always feel like there's a goal every time I enter a tournament. Losing a game to me is like losing the entire tournament. You know, what some people say when they, you know, they go home, they lost 3-2, that's their way to get motivated. But I just put it like, if I lose a game, I lost, you know. He didn't win, but I didn't win either. As the tournament went on, I kind of slacked off a bit, especially in focus, and I got some really bad flubs. Now I need to go, like now I feel like I want to go home, I want to iron out these things, never happen again. If I can recreate the focus and like the play I had early in the bracket, I think I can do really, really well at EGLX. So Canada is going to be like really huge for me. I haven't had time to practice against these other top players. I really want to come back, like test how much have they improved. Can I still, you know, compete? What I need to improve, what I need to change. Is it possible? I really want to win. I really want to do that whole thing again where I come back after like a huge time out of the game and just beat everybody. And I feel like I can. I know that even if I don't win at EGLX, then I'll try my absolute best and I will win a gobble. I'm really just trying to make this my true beginning of 2016, like my year.
The thing about William is he's good at making comebacks. It's kind of what he does. He rises again. More confident than ever.